So don't get me wrong and think that I'm pursuing this lady and she's got a guy and it's like me competing or something like that, right? I worked out who you were and gave up on you a long time ago. You're the person who refused to let me go. So what happened was I was writing all these letters and stuff 24 hours a day. And there's a woman in the government that's a conservative that I saw was always looking me up. And I looked her up and she's like thin and like intellectual and like really fit, like sexy in like the way that I see sexy, right? Like a lot of dudes like women that are like big titties and all that type of stuff, but I like kind of like just kind of like normal European women, like kind of petite, kind of thin European women type of thing, right? Or just normal European women, like, and all that type of stuff, right? Women can get a little bit chubby and heavier when they get older or whatever, but I mean that's kind of like I like European women. I've been with Asian women and everything, but and Aussie women, but I like European women. So anyway, this European woman was looking me up, like Slavic woman, like, you know, fucking hottie, you know? So then I looked her up and I saw what she was doing. So I started to write stuff and then send stuff. And I realized like I'm the only person that's up at this time of the night working on this shit is like this lady and me. She's in Brisbane and I'm on the sunny coast. But like she's the only person who gives a fuck about this, cleaning this stuff up. And she's the person that did it. Really, like all the change that you've seen here is because of her. So I worked out like ages ago. So when Mike Luring introduced me to this Amanda woman and they started to play this game with me, right? What I thought was this woman, this police woman is using this as a way of wiggling out from me with this fake operation, right? So I was speaking to Amanda, this redheaded chick from America and stuff, right, for about 6 months or something. And then she was involved with all that weird shit. But anyway, and then so about the time that I started to work with Rob Skelton, right, I realized like there was no future with that woman, that she was after me and that she's a very bad person. And then by the time Valentine's Day rolled by, I knew how bad she was and how serious the situation was and how seriously threatening the motorcycle gangs and the Caloundra police house were. So it's like this. Before that moment, I was like a Labor Party guy before that was trying to appease Anthony Albanese, Francesca Albanese, Rob Skelton, and this fucking Labor Party bitch and all these other Labor Party motherfuckers, right? I was trying to appease them. And then the Donald Trump assassination thing happened. And then they fucking put me out on the line. And then that weird shit happened with me. Continued to happen. Then there was the attempted assassination on me, right? So I knew when I wrote about you and then 8 hours later, somebody had been stabbed in the neck in a way consistent that they probably wouldn't have been able to survive the tourniquet that I'd referenced that I saw you training with at the Caloundra police station. I knew that you told them to do it. And I knew that you told them, well, make sure you cut his throat, make sure you stab him in a way that the tourniquet can't save him because he said that. So then Monique Pablos contacted me from SBS and invited me to go down and be on the TV show Insight, talking about knife violence and crime and stuff, right? And then I went over to that supermarket because I was no longer banned and I was having a chat with my mum. And I said to my mum, I think that I'm starting to develop feelings for someone. And she said, oh yeah, who's that? And I said, just a lawyer lady in Brisbane, this lady and stuff. She's cool. And I explained mum something about her background and all this type of stuff related to how my mum would understand it. And my mum went in and did the thing for me. But of course, they heard me say it over there. then straight after that, the Labor Party and this girl who's Labor Party girl number one started to attack me. So I'm not trying to compete with you and become your boyfriend. Like, if I was trying to compete, like the night you saw me with my hat and you were there, like I would have tried to compete. But you can see, like when I said I miss Foxy Lady isn't you. You're not Foxy Lady. Foxy Lady is the chick that used to work at the Maroochydore Surf Club. The blonde chick that she and I adore each other. But there's a whole bunch of girls like that. That's why they got me out of Maroochydore too, because this woman's like, it can't be like you and your boyfriend have a relationship and then you just like ignore me and let me do stuff. It's like, he is upset. He wants to know about me. I'm a blonde. Bitch. I'm afraid that you're running around with a 45 and whenever you get a fucking itch on your vagina that you do this. So that's why I'm a conservative. Because the Labor Party people, she's a communist. She's a Soviet Union communist. She's the female communist with the 45 caliber on her hip that whenever she gets an itch in her vagina, she can fucking scratch it. She can do whatever she wants. She is a psychopath, and she turned me into a conservative. I don't want a woman that runs around, acts like a fucking hussy, a fucking slut, publicly humiliates me because she doesn't want people to know how much of a dirty slut she is. The dirty, low fucking things you do every fucking day. I'm a conservative, so the old thing, do you choose your wife or do you choose the president? I chose the fucking president a long time ago, and what I chose was on Valentine's Day last year, I chose conservatism. I chose for conservatism to be my wife. Not you, bitch. I was like, when they talk about Margot Robbie being just like a fucking trailer park fucking 4 in like every fucking town in Australia, there's a Margot Robbie, right? Sorry to say, but it's fucking true. There's a Margot Robbie in every fucking city. And I'm not knocking Margot Robbie, but like, as I said, the chick, Foxy Lady up in Maroochydore, she's like 3 points above Margot Robbie naturally, even like with tittage and like body and nose and face and teeth and mouth. She's perfect. She looks like a lioness. My Foxy Lady, she loves me too, but then they banned us from being around each other because we were too normal. But like, but that's it. I just have like these relationships like that. Like I feel for you, baby. I like you. I care for you, but we're not in a relationship, but we've got like something special. You know what I mean? I have that with some people, and that's what keeps me sane and keeps me on the thing, like on the rails. But like with me, yeah, now like conservatism and like resolving problems, like before I would be like, this is a problem, this is a social problem. And then before we had all the systems and ways of fucking really like think tanking shit out, I would be think tanking stuff. And back in the old days, and like you get angry and you'd write about stuff from a particular thing, but yeah, so I don't know. So when I was young, my grandma, she bought me these white shoes, man. And people used to laugh at me and humiliate me because they weren't fashionable. They like looked like 1950s white shoes, man, that I don't know, a kid that was playing like not water polo, like polo or something like that. Like he was in a polo team. They were like his fucking like polo, like the shoes that he was supposed to be wearing inside at the polo club or something like that at a formal occasion, right? My grandma bought me these white fucking shoes, man. Like now people wear red shoes and white shoes and shit, right? But you just wear black shoes with white strip on it, but nobody would wear white shoes. And I wore these fucking white shoes and they were like old school white shoe brigade shoes, like Joe Bjorky Peterson white shoe brigade shoes. And I was like 13, man. And people were telling me, like, and it's grunge, and people were saying, you fucking look at this, and they used to laugh at me and humiliate me and shit. And then I thought to myself, my grandma bought me these fucking shoes, so I'm going to wear the shoes, right? So I wore those white fucking shoes, right? Now I think, like, those fucking white shoes, man, they represent me. And that's what I realized last year. It's like I was wearing those fucking white shoes, and then people were humiliating me about it. And I was like, listen, motherfucker, my grandma paid for those fucking white shoes, and they're fucking good white shoes. Who the fuck are you? You scummy piece of shit. Keep your social commentary to yourself, right? Like, I've always been given shit because I'm too straight, because I'm too conservative. Does that mean there's something wrong with me? It's just how I naturally am. I don't mean to be that way. And, like, I try really hard to fucking be understanding of everybody. But, I mean, that's a fucking way that I always have been. And I used to hide from it. But now I know that I'm that way. So with me, like, me doing shit that has been benefiting women that are conservatives and men that are conservatives that are doing things within the party that have developed our community is a good thing. I'm not looking out for anything for you. And even if these women don't like me, right? Plenty of these women now, all of these women out there that are politicians and shit, on the down low, they've all seen my cock. They've all seen what I can do, right? And they all know that I'm single. So whatever, who cares? It's not like you're the fucking be-all and the end-all, but you're not going to be deconstructing my family's life and spying on me and being the dirty, filthy, rotten piece of shit that you are, stealing intellectual property and fucking up everybody's stuff and, like, pulling everything apart and breaking things and just fucking everybody's life up, not because they've done anything wrong, because there's something wrong with you. The thing that's wrong with you is you got involved in a job that you were not emotionally mature enough for, and then you got involved in, like, a gang mentality, and it's a Labor Party, syndicalist, communist, Australian communist, convict communist governor and fucking convict fucking mentality, right? And it's fucking fascism. It is what it is. And the Brits, we know that it's fascism. We know because of the National Front what that Anthony Albanese is doing, why there aren't all these rock against racisms when Anthony Albanese is the Prime Minister, is because he's supporting a lot of the National Front. The National Front have been out there on the fucking street with the fucking Hamas and all this type of stuff, right? So if Hamas is a real political organization and what they're doing isn't harassing the Israelis, and, well, if the Israelis and I start to do that to Francesca and to Kevin and to Anthony, right, like, then it's normal because we're a legitimate political organization. So I become a conservative, and then what I've decided is not only was my religion before was left-wing communism, not only was it the God that failed me, but I killed it, and then I fucking beat it to death with my Stahlhelm, and then conquered that motherfucker. And that's because I'm a German Jew. I did it with my Stahlhelm. World War I Stahlhelm. Okay. So I'm a conservative, and became a conservative because of all this dirty shit that you did to me in my life. And you just showed me that I trusted you, and I trusted people like that, and I trusted myself when I was like that, and I was wrong. You can't be trusted. You can't trust people like that. And that's why everybody's starting to become a conservative, and people are starting to abandon the Labor Party. So I left you to become a conservative. When I left you, when you divorced me from the cheesecake incident onwards, I was like, I'm not a communist. I just want to do something really communist, really friendly, like Australian, like syndicalist, like union thing. You know what I mean? Like Thank a Cop Day. And then this is what I've gotten from it. So if I was to have done that at the Nambour police station and Peter Murphy was there, he would have accepted the cheesecake. Marty Hunt would have accepted the cheesecake. Okay. So they're conservatives. So I'm a conservative. It's easy. It's simple math. That's why, like, there's no way of you being able to defeat me in the way that you think you can, because I'm a conservative in this country saying that it's about time that we start to look at the type of like weak public decisions that our leaders are making here and the really crazy private extreme mechanisms and triggers they press on people and pretend like they're doing nothing. So how much do you make a year, Anthony Albanese? How much have you made since you've cancelled me? Like, I'd like to know. Like, you've got to be making like appearance fees, and there's got to be insider trading and all different types of shit going on with you, dude, because you're so popular, right? So I'm a conservative, and I'm proud that my grandma bought me the white shoes. I don't care if people don't like the white shoes. I don't care if I look like Joe Bjorky Peterson. Who cares? There needs to be a Joe Bjorky Peterson. It was fucking awesome when there was Joe Bjorky Peterson. Red Rooster, Big Rooster tasted better. KFC tasted better. McDonald's tasted better when Joe Bjorky Peterson was the premier of this state. I'm sorry to say it, but it's fucking true. Okay? So, like communism and Tito and all that type of shit, as I said, it's not the same. It's not nationalism and all that type of stuff, and being able to unify people isn't the same as it was before. It's not about communism anymore. Communism's a dead idea. It's something that's been adopted by the neocons. The extreme neocons have adopted Nazism and communism. I'm a conservative, so I'm looking at these people that are police, that are dressed in this uniform, that is usually that the conservatives that we support, who are doing the most vicious, cruel, mentally dysregulated, playing cruel psychological games, creating their own torture programs within the police and hazing people to death, or trying to haze people to death. And at the same time, like me and all the other ones are like trying to fucking look good and try to like keep hang in here, because like you make us lose belief in our country and what we do, in ourselves and everything all the time when you act like this towards us. I'm a conservative, so you get that right. So does that mean that I follow Boris Johnson? I'd say I'm a new conservative. I'd say I'm a neo-conservative. I'm a new conservative. Novo conservative, right? I'm a nouveau conservative. I'm new conservative. I'm a conservative now. And I think, like a lot of people in Australia, they are starting to see too, like what conservative is it's like slowing down, not being triggered, thinking, and like being like, dude, I can be here on my ass and not do anything, but I can take opportunity and make business and have a podcast and be communicating with people worldwide and be doing all the different stuff like I'm doing, right? And then you've got people that are trying to steal your copyright and saying, well, we could use that for our system. No, fuck you. Of course you could steal that from me, but you could use that. But no, it's not your fucking intellectual property. And this is a democracy, and you can't just like fucking lie and then change your goalposts all the time. And there's also particular laws that protect an artist from being sued for writing about things that are non-fiction, like me. Like how this idiot John Marnie took non-fiction movie scripts as actual confessions. Like if you read From Dusk Till Dawn, he would have thought there was fucking vampires or something, like if I was Tarantino, right? Okay. I'm a conservative. My Uncle John, he's real conservative. He's like, I know all the Liberal National Party people, and I agree with them, but I don't know. Some of them and we haven't got along well. And it's like, yeah, but are you Labor? Fucking not Labor Party. No fucking way am I Labor Party. what are you? Probably Liberal National Party, maybe, probably. You know what I mean? Like, that's how my family is. And as I said, Ted O'Brien and his family. Ted, if you've seen the show Justified, like Ted O'Brien and I, like, where if you watch Justified and you want to know who I am and my relationship with Ted and all that type of stuff, watch Justified, the show with Michael Rappaport in it, the TV show, and watch every season of that show, and then you'll be like, what is Dave saying that he somehow he's connected to Ted, and how Ted and Justified and Nambour, the commercial hotel, was somehow connected. It strangely is, okay? So that's Liberal National Party, like second in charge federally that I'm talking about, Ted. Okay? And he's cool too, but like there's a lot of us that have started to follow Marty Hunt, started to follow Kendall Morton, started to follow Ted. And all the women out there, they know that there's older women out there that know that I'm single now, right? So just pass the word around, you know what I mean? Like there's particular women that I like and that I would like to continue a relationship with, but like they've been so badly disrespected by these policemen and women. It's disappointing. But I mean, if I end up with a woman, right, whatever, it's kind of like Melania Trump, right? You're going to expect people to be shitting on her, even if she's as awesome as she is, like Donald Trump's wife. Like she had that opening of her documentary, and she had like a huge opening, and sales were awesome. And then people were fucking giving a shit, but it's just always going to be like that. You're going to be hated just because you exist. And Trump's proven that, because he's like the one who's triggered people and like framing plus reactivity plus reactance, right? He's the fucking king of that. Okay. But like him and like Reagan and like fucking who else that came before, Charlton Heston, like you just get to a point where you no longer feel like you fit with the political, like with the political ideas of the people that are in the party that you historically come from. And then you just kind of fucking revert back to what works. And what works for you is so basic that it just fits into the conservative thing. So yeah, I'm a conservative. And you tell me I'm weird for it, but I am. I'm straight, normal, like no frills, right?